it's going to make my hair crazy. That's okay. I don't really care. We're gardening. Alright, so these are Minibel tomatoes. They got these little tomatoes on them that I don't know that are going to do anything, so I think I'm just going to go ahead and cut those off. This is missing all its leaves. This one got broken off and died, so I'm just going to dig it up. I've got 3 more Minibel tomatoes that I grew from seed, so we're going to work on that today. And I may just end up putting all 3 of them in this container. So, let's dig out that one. Let's just dig all the dirt out and just throw it in this other container beside us. So I do want to try to plant this one pretty deep, because the good thing with tomatoes is you can plant it like as high up. I could even plant it up to here if I wanted to, because all the little hairs on the side have the potential to develop into roots. So I'm going to break off this part, and I would like to bury it up to this part. So we're going to try to dig out a pretty deep hole, pushing the mulch back and try not to disturb these other tomatoes too much. And pardon me for the sniffles. It's just spring, and 'tis the season for allergies and sniffles. Alright, that looks like a pretty deep hole. I have my biotone starter. Put a little back in the hole for the roots, or roots, whatever. Let's put this out here and see how good we did. Roots look good. Set it down in there. Maybe not get this plant as deep as I would like, but that's okay. Now I'm just going to pack this other dirt back around it. Put the roots of the other tomato that I dug up. Right after I planted it, I broke the stem, so I stuck the broken piece down in there hoping it might do something, but it was like, no, I don't think I will. I think I'll just be done, and that's fine, because I had 4 more. I took one, I potted up one, and when I went to visit my daughter in Cape Girardeau, she has a little patio. So I took her one of these Minibel tomatoes. It's a bush tomato, and I took her I think it's a big slicer hybrid that's also a bush tomato. So I potted up 2 of those for her patio. Yeah, definitely did not get this planted as deep as I would have liked, but it's okay. It's okay. All right, so we're gonna do that. We're gonna sprinkle. Well, we'll do that after a while, because the tomato tone is over there and I'll have to get up to get it. So let me scooch all this mulch over this way. I did dig a deep hole into this corner to plant the I have 4 Minibels in this container, and I'm probably going to plant one, which is a little bit off camera, but there's a round pot down here that I'll probably plant the 4th one in. That'll probably be done off camera too. So anyway, this is the cute little, this is getting moved around the garden. It'll eventually go in my sister's garden, but for right now it's hanging out here. Do y'all ever do that? You lay your tools down and then you can't find them? Oh, it's right there in front of my face. That's why I can't find it. As we say down here, if it had been a snake, it would have bit me, which would not be great. My husband did see a big black snake over by the propane tanks last time he mowed the yard. I don't mind black snakes at all. They eat mice, and not to be mean, Joe, Purple Heart Joe, don't listen. I hope the black snake eats chipmunks too, because they keep being a mess in my garden. I know Purple Heart Joe has some pet chipmunks, so I told him not to listen. I like his chipmunks. I don't like my chipmunks. So you can listen now again, Joe. If you don't watch Purple Heart Joe, go over and check his channel out. He's not a big talker, but he's a big worker. And he is in somewhere in New York. And he started gardening in the yard for, you know, kind of therapy. It helps him a lot. He's a go-getter. He's starting a shade garden that I'm real jealous about because I don't have a lot of shade. But I enjoy watching him. He's calming to watch. So, shout out to Purple Heart Joe, which my mother's been staying with us for a week, and now she's gotten, we watch the videos, she's like, she hears his voice, she says, "Is that Joe?" I say, "Yep, that's Joe." So, she's getting to know my people that I watch, and she's like, where are they from? What are they doing? And so that's kind of fun to be sharing that with her. So anyway, so these are these, and I sat there and just put that mulch back without putting the tomato tone on, but that's okay. I can do that off camera. All right, I am going to go ahead and cut off these tomatoes because I want the roots to do their thing. And I'm wondering, I don't really want to disturb this one, but it doesn't have maybe a little bloom there, but it definitely doesn't have any leaves. Should I dig this one up and call it a loss and plant this one that looks a lot better? I think I will. I think I will do that. So and then we'll have 4 healthy Minibel tomatoes in this pot that hopefully will give us lots of and the tomatoes will be bigger than this. They're cherry tomatoes, but they are bigger than this. All right, so let me get my gloves back on and dig another hole, and then we'll have 4 Minibels in this container, and I may put one of those. I will put one of those things in the middle here that my sister got me, the little terracotta spikes that go in there, and then a wine bottle goes in the middle. So I'll get that set up. I'll get this everything. I'll get words out. I'll learn how to talk here in a minute. I'll get words out. I'll put tomato tone on everybody, and then I'll water in, and then I'll put that terracotta watering spike in the middle with a wine bottle. And I think we'll use a green wine bottle because I worry sometimes that the clear might get a little too hot in the sun. And this is a sunny location, but if the beefsteak tomatoes take off and do something, no, they won't provide any shade. They'll provide a little reflection protection from the garage, and I still want to put something on that wall for reflection protection, but it won't provide any shade because the shade will be coming from the west. This is in a southwest situation. Sun south, sun west, garage east. We did have a pretty good root system, but I'm just gonna go ahead and do away with that one. Sorry, little tomato plant. Sometimes we have to make room for healthier looking plants, and that's what we're gonna do here. We're gonna put a healthier looking plant here, and you might survive, but I don't really need 5 Minibel tomatoes, especially since I've got 3 beefsteak here. And the other part of what we're going to do today, hopefully, is put together the composite deck. All words are failing me today. The composite deck raised beds. We're going to put together the composite deck raised beds and try to get those situated with some trellises, so I have 3 beefsteak tomatoes I want to get planted on the trellis, and I have 3 other vining indeterminate tomatoes that I want to get planted on the trellis, and those will go in the two 1 foot, 4 foot by 2 foot by 1 foot tall green composite decking. And the trellises will go in there because they're only 1 foot off the ground. The trellises will go in there, and for the 2 intermittent variety tomatoes I have, I think I actually have 4 beefsteak tomato, but I'm going to give one of those to a friend of mine. And then the other indeterminate tomato I may also give to her if she wants it. And then there's a hybrid, I can't remember the name, it's some kind of slicing tomato. That's a slicing tomato, that's a bush. So, I'm going to Minibel tomato things on each corner here. Alright, I have 2 tags because I was going to plant them in 2 different places, but I didn't. It has a lip on it, that's why that's not going down there, because it has a lip on it. A little further back. Okay, so I'm going to sprinkle this with tomato tone. I'm going to water it in and call this one done. Those all look pretty nice and healthy. Just air in the line. Makes me jump sometimes. Let's give everybody else a little jumping room. I have some angry birds over there because they have built their nest in the lid cap on the, I don't know what the technical term is, but the little round thing that covers the valves on the propane tank. They built a nest in there, and they apparently are taking offense at being this close to them. Alright, so I've got that little terracotta thing stuck in the middle there. I'm going to take this wine bottle, green wine bottle, throw it up the water. And I usually just put my finger over it because some will spill out, and then I just bloop, 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 bloop. And it'll water it. When I see it's empty, I'll water it some more because tomatoes are generally pretty thirsty. Let me take you off the thing. I meant to bring a couple more pea seeds out here to put, at least put one there. These kind of end up being closer together than what I'd like, but that's okay. They're starting to get their little tendrils, and I'm looking forward to them climbing up this taller trellis. Can't remember where I got this one from. I know I got this one from Hobby Lobby when it was on sale, and I think they have a taller one I would like to get. I got this one at Menards. I should know that because if I don't get it at Lowe's or Hobby Lobby, I get it at Menards. So there's my beefsteak tomatoes. I probably need to throw a little fertilizer on them. There's my little sissy girl. I got her at Hobby Lobby. And so let's go see if we can build some garden beds. This is the green composite decking I've been talking about. I thought there were 8-foot sections, but there were 6-foot sections. So my husband cut them into 4-foot and 2-foot, and then we have the 1-foot 4x4s that we're going to use for the corners. And I'm sorry it's very windy, but after bringing these up here on the deck, I thought, well, just individually carrying these up 2 at a time, the 4-foot ones, they're pretty dang heavy. And I told my husband, I said, do I want to put this together on the deck, or do I want to put it together on the ground closer where we go putting them? And he said, well, why don't you just do the sides, and then we'll put the ends on. We'll carry them down and put the ends on down in the yard closer to where we're going to set them up. So that's what we're going to do. And then my sweet husband, we had these screws that were green, and he went to Menards, where we always go. Not sponsored, would like to be, but anyway. And he couldn't find green screws like this, so he got gray. Gray in 2 different lengths, and then just in case I didn't like the gray, he did find some hex screws that have green tops, which I thought was very sweet that he's, you know, worried about me being able to color coordinate my screws. So anyway, I'm going to try to get y'all set up and start trying to put these together. It's going to be pretty straightforward, I hope. I say that, I'm not sure, but I hope it's pretty straightforward. This is what I've got done so far, just one board, 3 screws in each. And if you noticed, I was having to switch out the batteries. So I went in, charged up both batteries, had a little lunch. And I also got to thinking, it's like, well, if those boards are 2 foot, there's no way these are 4 foot. They're too long. So I got the measuring tape out, and these are 6 foot by 2 foot. I don't know why my husband was thinking they were 6 foot boards and that he was cutting them 4 foot by 2 foot. I guess he just cut off the 2 foot ends, because I had told him that if they're 8 foot, I want 5 foot by 3 foot. But if they're 6 foot, then I want 4 foot by 2 foot. And somehow we ended up with 6 foot by 2 foot, which is fine. It'll work, and with these being longer, I can put the cow panel trellis arching over, one in one end of the bed, one in one of the beds and one of the others. So I'm going to get you sit back up, and I'm going to go get back to work, and hopefully my camera won't get blown over. So here we have one completed side. A little less than a foot, as you can see, because those 4x4s were cut to a foot, but that's okay. So that's one completed 6-foot side. I've got three more of those to make. Then we'll carry them down to the yard and attach two 2-foot pieces to each end, and we'll have a composite deck board raised garden bed for tomatoes. And there's one composite decking board raised bed planter complete. I did the ends like this because I wanted the inside to be 2 feet deep or 2 feet wide, and those boards are 2 feet wide. So if I covered the ends of these boards, it would have been less than 2 feet on the inside. So to recap, these were 8-foot composite deck boards. My husband cut them into 6-foot by 2-foot lengths. These corner posts are 4x4 pressure treated lumber. And so all we got to do now is get this leveled up. We'll put some cardboard down on this end to help smother the grass, and then we'll start filling it with dirt, put up a trellis, and plant some tomatoes. Hey.
Oh, it's a lizard.
Oh, hello. It's a skink. A female skink. Hey, baby.
A skank?
Skink. Just keep making her mad. Oh, poor mama. Poor mama. Get out of the way. Oh, there's a snake.
Yep, there's a snake.
Hey, sneaky snake.
Is it cold for you?
Yeah. Go ahead and move that thing and see if it'll move. It's just a baby. It's just a baby. I say as they both run towards me and I scream. Hi. Oh, you just ran over my foot. Oh, you ran over both my feet.
He's curled up.
Yeah. Poor little thing. Well, hopefully we won't smush him. We'll be careful. Now, I'm up here on the deck working on making the second bed, and of course ran out of the screws, so I'm off to Menards to get some more of these screws so I can finish this up. And I'm just going to put this whole thing together on the deck where it's level, because that one down there, I carried the 2 side pieces down and attached the sides, or the 2 short pieces, down there on the ground, and that was much more difficult than that needed to be. Also, my husband says that's level enough. We're not going to level it. We're just going to go with that there, fill it with dirt, put in the trellises, plant the tomatoes. But that'll be another video. This is where we're going to end the video, with a picture of a butterfly. Next week we'll be filling these 2 beds with dirt and trellis and tomatoes. And so, see you next week. Thank you for stopping by, and y'all come back.